The views expressed on this podcast are that of the host. This topic of UFOs is full of governments, charlatans, thieves, and loads of shit. For your listening enjoyment, put on your tinfoil hat, turn off all the lights in the home, and sit in complete silence because the probe is armed. Don't be scared if you're touched. Lastly, the UFO talk is explicit and your virgin mind is about to get fried. Let's get the show started.
This is the Tempest Universe.
This is what a Monday is. Like, I totally just stopped the intro by mistake. Wasn't even freaking thinking. That is Monday. Welcome to Monday on the Tempest Universe podcast. I'm your host, Manny. And I just like to stop shit in the middle of things. So hold on a second. Now I feel complete. Now I finished the intro for the podcast. I'm so fucking done. It's Monday. It is the worst day of the week, and I welcome you to it. I know all of you feel my pain, that's for sure. Mondays suck. Toasty, sweaty nads, and I'm glad you're here with me to share this momentous occasion. Over the weekend, we had I don't know what you call these things anymore. A video cast, a video version of the podcast for the Dark Horde, and we had psychic Chris Garcia, and I got a clip that I'm going to play for you guys in just about a moment about the madness. You know, the thing about Chris is he's really he doesn't have the greatest presentation skill. Let me just say that. I could say that, right? It's my damn podcast. He's very almost reserved, a little meek in how he presents things, you know, so you don't expect shock and awe when he's saying stuff. As a matter of fact, most people are underwhelmed, but a lot of times you've got to listen carefully to what he's saying. So what we did was basically we got the video cast started, and we put up a picture of an individual that right now is making waves in ufology. And that individual is Anjali. You know Anjali. She's the lady who went out to the Lincoln Memorial back in August and proclaimed to everyone that she was somewhere deep in the Mojave Desert and met with a bunch of aliens. And they were saying, hey, we want to help you guys. You guys are fucking things up. She says she's a former DIA intelligence officer. And actually, she's done a lot of things, you know. But her real name is Angelia Lynn Johnston. And so I wanted to know, could Chris Garcia, from a picture, use his psychic abilities to tell us more or even validate this individual? Which I can tell you right now, for as long as I've known Chris, he does not stay on top of UFO news. He doesn't. He's about the paranormal. That's what he's about. That's what he does. So he doesn't stay on top of this kind of stuff. So just to give you a little bit of background, Anjali has mentioned that back in January 21st of 2018 was when this event happened in the Mojave Desert. So there's a lot of questions about her. A lot of questions about why she waited so long. There's a lot of questions regarding her history, who she says she worked for, at what time she worked for them. You know, that's what usually happens in this arena. So I'm going to play for you. It's like a 3-minute segment. And the instructions for Chris was, hey, whenever you feel something, whenever you get the mojo, just go ahead and tell us, what do you think of this picture? What kind of psychic abilities, what your psychic superpowers are saying. And so I'm going to play this for you real quick. And if you missed it, you've got to go to the YouTube channel, get to the description right now, and check out the live video. Because I can tell you things about the picture and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, because I knew most of you were not going to be on YouTube, I placed the image for this particular episode. It's the same picture that I presented to Chris Garcia during the Dark Horde podcast video cast. So here it goes. Check it out. Anyway, so for Chris, I was going to have a picture. So here's what we did. I sent Chris a message through Messenger, and I said, "Hey, Chris, I've got a picture of someone. What I want you to do is use your psychic abilities to tell me about this person. She doesn't have a name, location, nothing. Just a picture is all I'm going to show. And anytime during today's episode, Chris, you can just jump in and tell us about the picture. So I'm going to put that picture up right now. And, you guys who are listening on the podcast, you're missing Chris.
It's new to me.
Yeah, you're going to miss Chris giving us this information for this person. But here we go. So there she is. So everyone, don't say anything. Some of you may know who she is. But we'll let Chris use his psychic abilities on this. But while you're doing that, Chris, you haven't been here probably like over a year. How are things been with you?
To be honest with you, it's been kind of busy, like I told you before the show. I'm working on 4 cases right now with paranormal, which meaning that people want me to do a walkthrough of the area and to get rid of whatever's there. I've noticed that I've had very intense readings where I get names like this. It just depends with the connection that's going on. But the readings have really just been with a little bit of the spiritual aspect. To be honest with you, it varies at times. There's times where I've had, going back to the past question, I've had readings with voodoo, that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of more intense. The energy is more intense. So yes, I've been like really busy. Oh, and I didn't get a chance to tell you this, Manny, but I just wanted to let you know, if you look at my Facebook, whoever's on my Facebook, I make 2 StreamYard videos, my first 2, okay? I'm thinking about having guests on there. It's brand new, it's fresh. I don't have the background, so that's something new that I'm doing. So if you want to check me out, add me on Chris Psychic Garcia on Facebook. I actually have 3 Facebook. I just barely recently got a no Facebook back with her. I do feel that she's very, I want to say she's intuitive. There's been like kind of strange things of, I guess, her wanting answers. And then I got the word married, and I don't even know anything about her, okay? I kind of get like she has this presence of reputation that when she talks to people listen. I want to say it seems like weird. I don't even know why, but I get the word producer. I don't know what that's about. Make up a very loving and a good energy to her. So yeah.
Okay, there you go. If you get a little more, Norm, don't give anything out. So we don't want to validate things for Chris right now. So not yet. I'm sure he's gonna come up with more. Fascinating thing about that is we never told Chris about who Anjali was until after the show was over, because we were all clowning around like the after party that wasn't being broadcasted to anyone. But of all the things that he said, they all rang true to Anjali's story. Except I don't know if she's married or not. I don't have that kind of insight, but I have a feeling that she is, to be honest. The producer stuff, she's been involved with short films and things like that. So I would recommend that you guys check out the Dark Horde episode and get in there on YouTube and watch as this goes down. I did edit a lot of the stuff out of there. There was actually a lot longer time between when he saw the picture and then he gave us that description. Listen, it is what it is. Do I think he hit a lot of it? Yeah, he actually did. He kind of nailed a lot of what we know of Anjali so far. Now, we didn't get into the alien stuff, but he did say that she's in the search for something. She's trying to figure something out. So check it out. And while you're on there, if you want to check out Chris, feel free to do so. He's low on Facebook, and you can actually call his personal number to get in contact with his mojo of the psychic abilities. Anyway, so we got 4 other stories to talk about, and what can I say? One of them is a repeat because I feel like we're getting closer to this one situation thanks to people in science who they don't take no for an answer. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the other stuff, and I got a crazy story for this coming Wednesday. I don't want to say it now because it'll ruin it, but let's just say that shitters in space are complicated. You know what I mean? Before I get started, I want to say what's up to the folks that are in the live chat right now on Spreaker.com. Green Man, Dre, The Nam, we got GameVit, and someone from very far away, Dave from Down Under. And then we also have Texas Hailfire. She's on here as well. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here live. So let's get into the first article for today. It's kind of like a repeat, but there appears to be an answer to this question pretty soon. We talked about this situation last week, Planet 9. Planet 9, Nibiru, Planet X, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. I would imagine Planet X probably would have been more exact. if Pluto did not get demoted. If Pluto did not become a dwarf planet. We've talked about the whole dwarf. We should call it, I don't know, tiny planet. Something like that. I don't like the dwarf planet thing. It's just not right. Apparently, astronomers Michael Brown and Konstantin Batygin, who are professors at the California Institute of Technology, and we've heard these names around the Planet 9 situation for decades, right? As a matter of fact, about 20 years ago, they were kind of amazed, right, by things happening in the Kuiper Belt. Things that said, maybe there's a big fucking planet out there. Not just a regular planet, it's a big fucking planet, because it's affecting the way these objects are moving. So they put down this report, this new updated report, because everybody called them jackasses of science. Nobody wanted to hear their shit. But that's what happens in science, man. It's a dog-eat-dog world. These guys ran 121 simulations for the most recent study. They're saying that these simulations predict within 95% probability that they know the region of where Planet 9 is hiding. For fuck's sake, that's the best thing we've heard in a long time. Can we finally answer whether or not there's a damn 9th, which would have been 10th planet, in the outer area of our solar system? Can somebody please get us the fucking answer already? I'm done with this. I want to know already. They also say that these simulations bring them into, again, 95% probability of what this Planet 9 is made of. They're saying, and actually it's 99.6, that this particular object is a gas giant with a rocky or an icy core. Fantastic. Can you fuck with 95%? Can you just fucking find it? Can you just do it already? They apparently were using the Subaru telescope, and they believe, they're pretty damn sure, to be honest. They're saying this is it. This planet is somewhere beyond the orbit of Neptune, and there's no doubt about it. Somebody please find the fucking planet already. We're done with this. I can't do this anymore. Now this new report is going to be published in the Astronomical Journal, and the Subaru telescope, which is actually on Mauna Kea, that's over in Hawaii, is what they used. Now they're also saying that if you want to see the damn thing, if you as a scientist want to start searching, you will need a telescope 10 meters or greater. So not any telescope is going to do. You need some serious shit in order to find it. This being because it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So the light's not going to be reflected very well from this planet. It's out in the dark, very, very far from the sun. And to be honest, until we find this, we should make Pluto a regular-ass planet. If we find this 9th planet, then we can make it a tiny planet. I don't believe it should be called a dwarf. It should be a tiny planet. Let's keep it PC on a Monday. I'm just saying. Now, these guys are saying and predicting that within 2 years, 1 year or two actually, they believe Planet 9 is going to be found, but they do say that they've been making that prediction for the last 5 years because they're extremely optimistic. Let's be honest. Here's a situation where you compare it to UFOs where people are like, where's the scientific evidence? These guys have run simulations. They've looked at it through radio telescopes and all kind of damn telescopes trying to find this damn planet. They're saying they're within 95% accurate that this is the damn planet. Here's where it's at. It does exist. And they treat them like they are hunting UFOs. You can't make this thing up. It's like, when is it the right time for science to be correct and give us the info we need? Because here's something that people think that they're wrong. That they're just no longer impartial to the whole Planet Nine, so nobody believes them. Just crazy. I'm with this, guys. I believe we're going to have a Planet Nine here pretty soon in the next couple years. Because for fuck's sake, you can't study this thing constantly and come up with nothing. It's not like we're looking into a fucking galaxy. Fuck, how many times have they identified fucking planets in a different part of the Milky Way galaxy, and you fuckers can't even figure that shit out in our own solar system? It just makes no sense to me. So yeah, I'm putting my money on that we're going to find this Planet 9 fucker within the next two years, maybe 3. I know they're excited about it. They say 1 to 2, but I'll extend it out to 3. Because, getting time on a telescope probably, it's going to take some doing, right? They're going to have to come up with a little more. Like 100% probability and shit. Because, scientists, man. Those numbers are just not good enough. What can you do? Hopefully they get this shit done. That's what I'm waiting for. And I hope that they'll let the people name the planet. Because I could think of a few names that I'd like to put on there. As a matter of fact, if you guys have names that you would like to name the new planet, Planet 9, when it shows up, let me know. Hit me up on social media. Send me an email. And I'll read them on Wednesday. I read it on Wednesday so that way you guys know what is the name of the new planet, the people's choice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not?
Don't need your pity, don't need anything from you. You made me someone I'm not. You made me realize what I got. Don't want your sympathy, your eyes so full of tears. I got my friends who got my back, so don't pretend you're all I have. You can't come crawling back here no more. First you love me, then leave me, then say you're lost without me. I found myself without you, I'm sure. Look at me now, I survived, so don't you worry about me. 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 Ooh, baby, don't need you to love me, so you shouldn't worry. Hey, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. I'm living it up, I'm taking it high, yeah, I'm living it up without you. Ooh, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. Come get your clothes and all the stuff you left behind. Don't want it lying all around, don't want a thing here to remind me of your presence, cause I'm much better without. No need for memories at all, I'm done erasing you, my love. You can't come crawling back here no more. First you love me, then leave me, then say you're lost without me. I found myself without you, I'm sure. Look at me now, I survived, so don't you worry about me. Ooh, baby, don't need you to love me, so you shouldn't worry. Hey, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. I'm living it up, I'm taking it high, yeah, I'm living it up without you. Ooh, baby, I got all that I need, so don't you worry about me. Ooh, yeah,
This next story it's a little weird, but before I say that, we already got some names here for our planet. What do them have to do with the Dallas Cowboys? Come on, we don't want to fumble this planet the fuck out of our solar system. We were not going to name it the Dallas Cowboys planet. There's an article which I have no idea what the hell is going on, to be honest. I rarely do. Like, I'm just on here, I just talk shit, to be honest. But the article is titled, Wreckage from Mysterious UFO Crashes Could Unlock Alien Secrets, Experts Say. That's great. Do we have any? Does anybody know where the fuck is the metamaterial? We know that the metamaterial that most people talk about in the last year or so went to the Army, the United States Army, thanks to the Stars Academy. Nobody knows what the fuck happened to that. We have no idea. Zero. But apparently there's other debris from crash sites over the past 70 years that are being examined right now. Being examined at Stanford University, California, which is strange. Apparently, some of the sample dates back to 1947. There is also samples from Colombia and Argentina. What the hell is going on? How did this happen? How did these people? How did Gary Nolan, who's out in Stanford, Dr. Gary Nolan, how did he get samples of metamaterial? And apparently he's using some new fangled machine. Some new stuff. So I don't know if he made this fucking machine up. I have no idea. But apparently it's a multi-parameter ion beam imager. For fuck's sake, who walks around saying that they got you like that? You should keep that to yourself, Gary. Sounds dangerous. Sounds like we need to watch you. The machine itself does a 3D image of the material that it is examining. So right now he's analyzing these samples, trying to figure out what the individual atoms are. How the fuck did he get metamaterial out in Stanford? Who gave him this stuff? Where did it come from exactly? I mean, we got a year, we got 2 different countries. What the hell's going on? According to Dr. Nolan, when he placed some of these fragments in a vacuum chamber, because the instrument uses a vacuum chamber, he found that the composition was unlike any other metal he's ever come across. The only thing is that this guy, Dr. Gary Nolan, is a microbiologist. Why the fuck is he examining metals for? Shouldn't he be examining, like, biology shit? Like cells and things like that? But apparently, maybe he's into UFOs, I have no idea. But he's examining this metamaterial from who knows exactly where. He also said that the metals that were found were not natural. They were material that was manufactured. Crazy. This is freaking nuts. I don't know if I can believe this. I have no idea what the hell's going on. Does anybody know anyone at Stanford University that can, reach out to Gary Nolan and find out if this story is bullshit? We don't even know if he actually works there. We're going to have to look it up. As a matter of fact, in the next musical break, I'm going to see if I can track down Gary Nolan. Because maybe we need to contact Gary and find out what the hell's going on. Where did he get this stuff? He probably won't talk to us, But, scientists kind of like having their work kind of publicized. So he might do that. So this is very strange. We still don't know what happened with the metamaterial that To the Stars Academy provided to the U.S. military. We have no idea what's going on with that. Still a lot of questions for Tom DeLonge and the crew. Heck, I think it's a lot. I don't even know if they even exist anymore. Because according to Lou Elizondo, they just had too much secrecy over at To the Stars Academy. So he gave them the boot. Said, go the fuck on. I'm going to start my own shit. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to become famous. I'm going to go around shitting on anyone that doesn't like my UFO story. But now we got a new one. We got Dr. Gary Nolan in Stanford. And I think we need to find out what the hell's going on with him, where this material came from, because I feel like this is fake news. I feel like this is, they're trying to get us off of our game with all this UFO information that's being leaked and published and so forth. So I don't know. I'm going to brand this story fake news. But if anybody out there knows of Dr. Gary Nolan or attended one of his classes or something like that, let us know, because we want to find out the truth, because it's intriguing.
All I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall, and now you'll be the reason why my soul is Somebody help me, 'cause I'm feeling trapped and I don't know what to do. There's no one to save me from this hurt I feel deep within my bones. Did you ever think of me and see the things I did? Sold my soul and everything, I was to the lowest bid. Crawled into your poison dome, yet every single time you got into my mind, you got into my mind. But all I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall, and now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. So how can I fix this? 'Cause I need to stop the aching in my head. My heart is breaking. Yeah, I'm tired of being stuck in the past. Did you ever think of me and see the things I did? Sold my soul and everything, I was to the lowest bid. Crawled into your poison dome, yet every single time you got into my mind, you got into my mind. But all I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall, and now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. The reason why my soul is tainted. You're the reason why my soul is tainted. You're the reason why my soul is tainted. You're the reason why my soul is tainted.
Who the fuck is this asshole?
All right, so here's Gary Nolan. So there is a Gary Nolan at Stanford, and really he deals a lot with the immune system, biology, cancer, research, and all that shit. Ebola, Zika. The fucking guy's all over the place. He's written a bunch of fucking papers. He's even received an award of $3.3 million, a grant for the advanced studies of ovarian cancer. The guy's all over biology, so why the fuck is he dealing with metamaterial? That's the question. I feel like the world is getting rubber dicked by this article. How can this guy, who has written so many papers on biology, cancer, and so forth, how could he be the go-to guy for metamaterial? This is really strange. Really, really strange. But he's pretty popular. Apparently pretty rich too. So I don't know. When you get rich, shit happens. Now you can contact this guy at G Nolan at Stanford.edu. So who knows? Maybe this guy is making the leap. He's going into a new, area of study because he's had it with biology. He's moving over to fucking UFOs and aliens because that's the shit right now. More to come, I guess. Maybe we need to email Gary and find out if this story is true. Because I would love to find out. What's the real deal? Do you think there's life in the universe? Do you think that we are the most fortunate hairless monkeys that God has ever created? Alien life in our galaxy more likely than we first thought. Scientists. Yeah, the New York Post has this article talking about scientists and that they feel like, wow, maybe there is more life somewhere. Maybe we're looking hard enough. Astrophysicists at the University of Leeds in the UK apparently are saying there is an abundance of life-giving organic molecules in space. Like someone just shitted organic molecules all over the place all of a sudden. Like somebody said, oh, fuck, the Earthlings are looking. Let's drop a few organic molecules here and there. That way they can discover it and feel firm in their convictions that maybe there's life somewhere else. Or was this shit there a long time ago and nobody gave two fucks to look for it? I feel like that's the way it is. The researchers are saying there's about 100 more times more of these molecules than they ever thought, circulating 400 billion or so stars in our own Milky Way. 400 billion stars I want to repeat that again because the numbers, when you talk about the galaxy and the universe, the numbers are astronomical. You can't even fathom these numbers. It just does not work out on your head. These are the kind of numbers that back in the day, you put that shit on your calculator and they give you that big E for error. And that's why I think is where we basically come short when it comes to people believing that there could be life somewhere else because they don't get the numbers. 400 billion stars in our Milky Way, they have molecules that are the predecessors of life, basically. According to Dr. John Ely, sorry if I fucked up your name, it's possible that molecules needed to start life are all readily available in all planet-forming environments. This is also going into the Astrophysical Journal supplement series, and actually went in there last Thursday, to be honest. These large complex organic molecules are found in various environments throughout space. In other words, when they look at a star and they see it's in a Goldilocks zone, they're like, oh, that space around that particular planet has the organic material in order to start life. So what are we talking about? Apparently radio signals emitted from newly formed stars were actually found through the ALMA radio telescope in the Atacama Desert in Chile. And what they found is that these really important molecules present about 80% of those disks that are spinning around throughout the galaxy. So the birth of these stars and these planets already have what scientists call the primordial soup. Like we came out from the fucking swamp, we crawled up as amphibians, then we became monkeys, then we dropped the hair and all kind of other stuff, and then here we are today. They're saying that everything that attributed to that exists throughout the entire universe. So it is highly unlikely, I'm sorry to say this to you, but highly unlikely that mankind, womankind, monkeykind, are the only ones in the fucking universe. Hell, they're trying to tell you you're not even the only ones in this damn galaxy. Just to, put the exclamation point on it. That's just the way it is. These molecules have those raw ingredients and the things that they have according to what they could see. And again, I question a lot of this shit not because I don't believe that there's life everywhere else, but because I don't understand how the fuck they can see molecules in another fucking star or 400 billion other stars, but you can't find fucking Planet 9 and tell us it's there or not. Fucking strange. It really is. But anyway, they're saying that these molecules have the ability to create sugars, amino acids, and even the components of RNA acid or ribonucleic acid. All under the right time and place and circumstance, these things could give birth to another civilization somewhere else in our own galaxy. It's a lot to take in, I know. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. They're saying that 80% of these so-called protoplanetary disks spinning throughout the galaxy have a lot of they have a lot of these molecules in them. Just spinning around in space, waiting for that right time. So now they believe, shit, there could be life somewhere else. There could be a lot of life somewhere else. And we are clueless. Thank you, science. We appreciate that. We appreciate everything you do. There's more to the article, especially regarding the types of molecules that they identified. As we know, RNA is part of DNA. So that's an important bit of amino acid to have to create life. But if these guys know it, why the fuck doesn't anybody else in the science community accept it? Again, dog eat dog when it comes to science. Nobody gives any fucks other than what they're reporting themselves. It's so fucking sad. So damn sad.
Alright. Well, I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail. I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh yeah, I've been running so long that my feet don't
fucking scream at me?
Where's
you
the money?
Fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and.
For fuck's sake, it's still hot in Texas. Listen, we went through a lot of shit today. Like, we figured out there's a lot of more life in the galaxy than anyone really cared to figure out, right? We know there's some fucking biologist in Stanford has metamaterial. I'm gonna fucking go out tomorrow and find my own metamaterial. That's all I'm gonna do. We figured out that there may be a psychic connection between Chris Garcia and Anjali. I wonder if she felt it, you know, because she's, I don't know, maybe kind of empathic. So did she feel Chris, like, psychologically and psychically probing her? I don't know. We'll have to find out eventually. By the way, I am going to send that video to Anjali, by the way, of the whole Chris situation. See if maybe we can get her on here to lie to us. I mean, to share her story as well with us. I don't know. At least maybe have a Twitter war, because she's down for that. And so lastly, yesterday, September the 19th, back in 1961, we had one of the most important abduction stories ever. Not saying that Ronnie Dawson being taken by the cat ladies through dimensional portals was not important, because it is. It is fantastic. And I feel like that's the new wave, right? They don't want to take people anymore through nuts and bolts type of crafts, right? They don't want solid UFOs. They want to do shit interdimensionally. They're doing their abductions now in a different way, and I think that's what Ronnie's story is about. But 60 years ago, Betty and Barney Hill did not have that fortunate interdimensional abduction. They got the real shit. And here's the thing. I say time and time and again, stop getting out of your vehicles. Stay in your vehicle. Or stomp on that gas. Get the hell up out of there. September 19, shit went down. And these guys were driving from Portsmouth down to New Hampshire. Actually from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And they claimed they got abducted, right? They were in that dark-ass road. But it's crazy because a lot of people think, like this Bill Ross, he's a professor emeritus at UNH, University of New Hampshire. He says, I don't want to go as far as calling them the Adam and Eve of alien abduction. I don't know, was Barney missing a rib? Who fucking knows? But he says this is really what started it all. This is what started the alien abduction situation. So Betty and Barney, while they were driving home from their honeymoon in Montreal, they drove through New Hampshire's White Mountains. You can't fuck around with the mountains. That's where there's least amount of people. That's where you get probed and abducted. They said they felt like they were being followed by a spotlight. Eventually, they fucked up. They pulled over. And they spotted the ship floating above their car. This is where you apply common sense. You do not stop your car. You don't. Chuck some expletives at them. You know, fuck you, alien. Get the hell out. You know, if you got a crowbar, you want to chuck it at their ship, do that. But then get in your car and make that shit work like it's never driven before. Get the hell out of there. I mean, let's be honest. They'll probably catch you and really do a number on you, but maybe they'll do a better job of erasing your memory. When they finally got home, Betty and Barney, because they lost about 2 hours' time. They literally were miles down the road, and they lost about 2 hours' time. Hey, how the hell does that happen? they kept the story quiet. But they were having nightmares, anxiety. You know, when they got home, there were marks on the car. The zipper on Betty's dress was torn and stained. I don't even want to know what went down there. The strap on Barney's binocular was broken. And this is just some of the things that they reported. Eventually, after all these crazy dreams, all the anxiety, they decided to go to a hypnotist and find out whether or not they had memories that were suppressed over those 2 hours. You can go on YouTube and actually find that video, which was recorded by the hypnotist, of Betty terrified by what they went through. The creatures, the experience. It's just crazy. This happened in 1961. How do you explain something like this? You know, there's a lot of conspiracies that this is being done by the government. Well, how the fuck can your government do that to you? How could they do that? How could they suppress, over a 2-hour period, your memory? I mean, that's some powerful shit, to be honest. Like, I've been through a set of hours that I would love to suppress. I can't fucking do that. How do you suppress a human being's mind and memory over a 2-hour span of whatever the fuck you did to them, whatever they experienced? How do you do that? How does a government in 1961 make that happen? I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I feel like Betty and Barney may be a legit abduction story. I don't really see this being some kind of government experience. I think they were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they experienced an abduction. Now, I'm pretty sure that there were plenty of abductions before Betty and Barney. Maybe their suppression techniques for those individuals worked perfect. And they accepted that sometimes they have nightmares. They accepted that sometimes they get anxiety, probably got some pills for it. But they never went to the level of investigating like Betty and Barney did. Maybe they just try to put it aside. Maybe other things happened to those individuals much darker than Betty and Barney. But these guys, they knew a little something. They wanted to find out more because it was uncharacteristic of them to have these experiences, these feelings, this anxiety, these nightmares. Okay, so they took things a little further. There are a lot of people that feel these kind of same things, but they never attach them to being abducted. Maybe they were. But today, 2021, we're still arguing the same argument of whether or not these things even happen. Apparently it happened to Barney and Betty Hill. And it's happened to a lot of people since then. A lot of people we know about. A lot of people that some of them are still alive today, telling their story. Like in Tuscaloosa. What can you do? Eventually we get to the point where we figure out who the fuck is doing all this stuff. But I feel like when you get stories like Anjali and people saying that the aliens are here to help us, and you look at stories like, in Tuscaloosa, we look at stories like in Betty and Barney. When you look at stories that were portrayed in the film Fire in the Sky, Travis Walton, none of that shit is friendly. None of it. There's a dark side to abductions that Some people are just afraid to admit that maybe it's not all, ponies and gumdrops and jelly beans, and I'm here to help you because you're messing up the planet, but we love you. Some of these fuckers are out to experiment. They're trying to find out things without permission, in very dark ways. What can you do? I'm kind of playing with the idea of going to 3 days a week for the podcast, the Tempest Universe and the Dark Horde once a month, because I feel you need more time for the Dark Horde. Fucking UFOs and aliens and space. Oh my, that's all the damn time. That's where we're at right now. So the link is in the description. I'm sure most of you know Betty and Barney's story very well, but it's good to get a refresher after 60 fucking years of not having any answers, as it is with everything else. And thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you, every single one of you, and hopefully you never have to experience anything like Betty and Barney did, because it is the dark side of the alien abduction story and something that people really should not go through. Ciao.
Get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, brush my teeth. Get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess. Look through my clothes for a fit. Anything I do is drip. Feel like a kid when I'm tick-tocking. I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often. I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids talking. I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend. Keep jammies on like I'm a kid. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Feel good, feel great, can't complain. Look out my window, see birds and planes. Sun's out, some clouds, it might rain. Siblings on my nerves again. Summertime, go for a swim. Wintertime, go grab a sled. Spring, I might need an umbrella. Fall back in school with my friends. Attitude change like the weather. My mom tell me it never ends. Like clocks, we evolve in a circle. Every 12 months we do it again. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day.
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to redefine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest authority when it comes to knowing what listen to others and own your position. People will always tell you what to do, opinion how to live. So let's create space for what matters most to you. You'll be glad you did. Now start reclaiming your time and your mental well-being by saying no more. No more. Say it loudly and proudly. In other words, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. 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 Who the fuck is this asshole?